All right. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go. We back in the building. Beats by Lonze. This is original content. This is original content. Let's go. All right. Thank you everybody here that's here on Twitch. Thank you everybody that's here on YouTube. We about to get started. So, earlier in the week in the group chat, let me make sure we sound good really quick. Make sure we up to date. See what we sound like. Oh, I'm plugged in. See what we sound like right now. All right, so let's cut my mic up a little bit. Maybe that works a little bit better. Check 1 2 1 2. We up? We better? Maybe that works a little bit better. Oh yeah, that's good. Check 1 2 1 2. We up? We better? Maybe that works a little bit better. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. However, this stream catches you, I appreciate you being in the building. Much love to you, and I hope you're having a good day so far. So, earlier in the group chat, the fellas and I were talking, and we were asked if Jermaine, if we had seen this video on Jermaine Dupri on the TR 1000. Now, let me empty my pockets real quick. Like now, I have been going backwards and forwards with myself about the TR 1000, whether I was gonna add the TR 1000 to my arsenal um, or whether I was just gonna leave it be. Now I've been watching a lot of videos, and the first thing that I said to myself when it came out was, I want to see how many people in hip hop are using the TR 1000 and using it to make hip hop beats. Now I ran across about 4 people on YouTube that are using the TR 1000 to make straight hip hop. We got the one that shall not be named. And then we got another cat that I just subscribed to the other week. And then Jermaine Dupri just got his. And then there's another gentleman on YouTube that does hip hop with his as well. And so the reason that I say thank you, Jermaine Dupri, is because when Jermaine Dupri was given a rundown in the history of the TR 1000, for the people who didn't, who are not music heads and don't know where it came from, he was talking about going back to the old school, like re-envisioning, reimagining, remixing a lot of the old school music. So in his show of using the TR 1000, he took some 1980s music and some songs, and he reproduced what the drums sounded like on the TR 1000. And well, he reproduced what it sounded like when they used the 909 and the 808, and he used that on the TR 1000. And so the reason I say thank you to Jermaine Dupri is because when I watched that video, no shade to Jermaine Dupri, he's a phenomenal producer, but I'm like, I'm not buying the TR 1000 to use it to play any of that. I don't want my sound to sound like nothing from the 80s, unless I'm specifically producing something from the 80s. So hey, that's up to you. You do what you want to do when you are producing music. And Jermaine Dupri has so many accolades. Who can talk down to Jermaine Dupri about what he wants to make? And that's the beauty of being a producer, that you're able to make whatever it is you want. But Jermaine Dupri gave me a great idea, and this is something that I've been against for a long time. I hate to hear someone take an already proven hit and then remix it, and the remix sounds worse than the original did. Now, yeah, I had an issue with reinventing the wheel. However, it did spark in me an interest to actually go back and like slap myself in the back and say, you know what, it might not be so bad to reproduce a sound that you like and that you heard before. So this brought me to one of my favorite songs by The Dream. He has a song called Falsetto, and I just want to say that that album that The Dream had with Falsetto and Nicki, and then the album that came behind that, straight bananas, straight bananas. So, so when I heard this song, I was like, you know what? What would be? How could I flip this sample to make it different than what the original song is? So here's the. I might get flagged, but I'm gonna try to stop it before it goes too far. But here's the sample that I'm talking about. All right, so let me take the what's his name off of it. Cause I actually went in and I messed with the sample. Let's see if I can take the there it is. There it is. And what I did with the sample is I took the sample, I chopped it down to that itty bitty phrase, just to. So anyway, why I did that is because I just wanted that itty bitty part with that guitar, and then when he's doing his melody thing inside the song. So pretty much what I did was I went into this sample and I took the filters and I added filters on it. So I muddied it up. I muddied it up with filters. And so then what I did is I took my normal S2400. So I took my regular, kits that I had on the S2400, and then I started out with let's mute it really quick. Like, let's mute. Just simple, and then I added this. So with the S2400 and the SP1200, you can take it. See, it got some aliasing on that sound. So I took that bass line, and then I added this. So simple drum pattern, right? But then what I did was I added my sample in it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to copy this pattern, and then I'm going to bring it down to pattern 2. And then in pattern 2, I'm going to take out that bass. So let's go to A, bank A. So we're going to delete that pad. And now we should just have the sample and the drum. Now, what I like to do with the S2400, I like to bring in other samples and lay it on top of other samples so that you don't really hear the other sample like they start playing together, they start harmonizing and singing together. So we're gonna find some other sounds. So we're gonna go to our SD card. Go to our SD card and go to our sound library. And first of all, we're gonna get rid of this sample right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna add a little 808. And as in the regular function, we're gonna go to multi-mode and pitch. Alright, so let's go. Let's get out of there. Alright, so we're gonna go. Alright, so now we got that. Now we're going to go in, we're going to find another sample. And then, after we find the next sample in here, we're going to add something in here to make it sound a little bit different than that. Alright, so browse files. And then we're going to find, let's see what we got here. Maybe we'll add a clap. Go back to pattern 1. Alright, so in pattern 1, let's go back to our bass and bring our bass level down a little bit, because it is it's a little high. cool. So now let's go find that sample. All right, so we're gonna go to B, empty slot, and we're gonna browse, and we're gonna find. Now, another thing that I was trying to work on was I wanted to bring in the sounds from my Astrolab, and I want to play with the MIDI side of the house and see if I could actually play something on with the MIDI with the keyboard. But I didn't work that out before I got here, so we're not gonna mess with that for right now. We're just gonna go ahead and mess with samples. So let's go back to browse our files. Let's look for some sounds. Now I'm looking for vocals. So all these samples, I'm looking for vocals. Because what I want to do is I want to hide out the fact that I got this okay. I like that too. So we'll add that. Cool, so let's go back and browse files, and let's find something. Samples for Legend. All right. All right, so I don't know if the phrasing is gonna work, but we're going to let's cut the level down a little bit. Oh, no, I don't want to erase nothing. You know what? And that, I like that sample, so we'll make it to where we'll make it to where it only has. All right. All right. Now what I did, I recorded that and I didn't want to record it. So what we're going to do is erase it. Because I want to tap it. I want the velocity to tap, and I want it to be real subtle when I tap that pad. So still too hard. Now the S2400 don't do you no favors. The velocity will hit it as hard as you hit it. So you just got to be careful. I think what I can do is also put them in and then go back and then try to cut some of the volume down on it after I hit it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so now let's see if I can cut it down a little bit. Alright, so let's cut the level of... Alright, so I can't do it from there. I gotta do it from... Gotta do it from the slice, I guess. Alright, let's see if I can do what to this sample. Let's see, I want to fade it out. So how do I fade it out? Fade the sample out. Well, I can do one or two things. Let's see if we got to get out of there. Let's figure this out. There we go. So now I need some elements. I need some sounds. Alright, so I know that S2400 also, on top of the MIDI, being able to play MIDI in, you can also it has a looper in it. So what you can do is you can bring an outside source in and you can play it on top of the looper. And the looper, as long as your track goes across, it will loop in your sound that you're bringing in. So let's see if I can plug in. Let's see if I can get the Astrolab to plug in, and if I can get that to run, then we will use the Astrolab. So let's check. Let's try that. So stand by 1 quick second, and we'll do that. Let's read the chat real quick. Like we got my man Dayson Civil in the building. What's up? What's up? What's going on? Hope you're feeling good this morning. We just trying to get to it. We're just trying to get to it. All right, so we're gonna see if we can get the out of the. We can get the out of the Astrolab coming into the S2400. All right, so let's figure out how to find our sounds. I know if you go to your sampler, you can sample in, but I don't want to sample in because then I'll have to be moving around a sample. But let's go sample. See if I hear anything. Yep, I hear it. Now, the thing about when you're messing with this freaking Astrolab, you got to know what sounds you're looking for, and that's the thing. It has so many parameters in it. You have piano, you have organs, you have bass, you have leads, keys, pads, strings, brass, and then you can also manipulate all of those sounds with the different things it has on it. It has brightness, timing, movement, intensity, time, and I can't see, and decay. So you can go in and you can actually mess around with your sounds as you play. Like, let's add some reverb. Let's take some reverb away. Add some movement. So we got bass in the song already. We got the sample. So we need to find something that's going to be like noticeable, but will add to your sound. So what we'll do is, let's see if we can play it at the same time in the sampler. You can't play it in the same time you're in the sampler. But if you're in the looper, let's get out of the sampler. If you're in the looper, let's go to the looper really quick, like, and see if you can hear it in the looper. So we got MIDI E, and then you'd have to assign it. So not live effects, not DSP mixer. I have to figure out how to do it without going to. Before the DSP card was in here, there was a looper one like in F. But now you have A, B, C, D, E, F on a MIDI. Then you got your live effects card and you got your DSP card. So on a DSP mixer, interesting. All right, so let's go back to sampler. All right, let's bring it up. All right, so it tried to sample it. You know what? Maybe I can use that sound as a sample. Let's save it to SD card. Let's name it. We're gonna experiment. I don't know. So we're gonna call this Astro 1. Astro 1. I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll see. Astro 1, and we'll put ST for strings. I don't think there's anything else that ST would mess with. So we're gonna assign it to, let's see, bank B here. Alright, so now we saved it there. So let's get out of the sample. So we got a sound right there. Now what I do is I go to multi-mode and pitch it. And as you can see, the sound is kind of low, right? So what I do is I go to my settings. I go to my track settings and I'll put a little bit of gain on it. And then if I was doing something crazy, I could actually choke the group, put in a choke group, and I could also transpose it and pitch it. So let's see what happens if we transpose it. We'll just listen to what it sounds like after we transpose it. Now let's see if I can play it. Alright, cool. So I like that actual sound right there. So what we'll do is multi-mode, pitch it. So we know the inner center is where the center is, like middle C is. It's normally like 5. Now the center would actually be, half of it would be number 4, but on the S2400, if you cut the machine in half, the center is right on 5. So that's how I remember where a middle C is. Alright, so let's play with it and see what it sounds like. Alright, so that is the verse. So let's go to the hook and we'll add this to the hook. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I got to figure out how to make sure that damn... Got to make sure that sample comes down because it's still high. So we are in... Now in this particular track, I had the clap in twice. I had it clap in twice, so I'm gonna go in and try and delete that second clap. So we'll go to our step program, and we know that that's on B4. So we'll find out where the second one is on B4. So we got it here. So B4. Alright. Alright, so let's get out of there. Now I am selecting stuff I don't want to select. Alright, so we're gonna get out of there, back, and oh, because we're in level. There we go, B4. So we're gonna take these two out on B4. So we're gonna shift. B4. There we go. So we're gonna cut. I'm gonna modify banks. I don't want to get caught up for a copyright strike, and I don't want to hit that freaking number 5 because that sample is coming in hotter than a mug. Alright, so let's see if we can find we want to go to B. Goodness gracious. This ain't allowing me to do what I need to do. So we're in B2. We don't want B2. We want B4. And we want to take out that second clap. So we got 1 there and pattern 1. So let's go to pattern 2. Pattern 2 and step sequencer. Alright, now we're gonna go over to B4 again. Shift. There we go. Now cut. I kept pressing the wrong button. And I just heard a extra kick somewhere. So let's go to A real quick. Sounds like maybe here, so let's erase that. I heard something double hit somewhere, so let's look at it and see where the double hit is coming from. Gotcha. So for some reason, so we'll do shift and we'll cut all of that out of there, and Alright, so we got, so let's delete this sample off of here. Actually, let's add something to it so every time we hit this, we don't run back into that sample again. And this is just a default sample that I leave on my on the default. Alright, so let's find something. Dun, 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 dun. Let's find something easy that if I hit it, it won't bother nobody. Alright, sound library, sample pack, my kits. I like that. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll cut it down. There we go. Alright, so what was I doing? Oh, so I was in B, I believe, in B, and I muted everything up front. So I wanted to hear what it sounds like if I muted, if I deleted everything in pattern B, what it would sound like. So okay, cool. So what I can do is, so we will go to the step sequencer and we will take B2 and we will only leave it in there once. Alright, so B2. So I did that again. So B2 and shift and over, and then I want to cut it out of there and let's see what happens. Alright, so let's get out of there. So we are in bank A. We want to be in bank B. Want to be in bank B. Alright, so bank B. Let's go to bank A then. Bank A. So what we'll do is we'll erase that pattern out of that one. Erase that pad out of there. So our drums will change up a little bit. Alright, let's do that. So don't hit vibe. Alright, so let's clap is loud as shit. Even though I keep cutting it down, it's still coming in loud. Tell you what, we are going to, let's adjust it. All right, now let's see if we're here. So that worked. That's retarded. That if you go in and cut the volume down while it's not recording, it will still make the freaking adjustment. But if you record it while you're recording and you make the adjustment, it won't make the adjustment. Which is just the way it works. But anyway, it worked. Alright, so how many minutes we've been here? Alright, so we're almost 2 hours, so that's awesome. So that's my key to my streaming during the day, is to at least do an hour of a stream. And I don't wish to make a beat in an hour. I wish to like come in and make multiple beats, but however we use the hour is however we use the hour. But I appreciate y'all sticking in and watching. And if y'all decide to come back and watch this at a different time, that'll be awesome. Because those live hours do count. So I really like for y'all to check out the past lives, because some of the past lives have some good information in it or whatever. All right, so now let's move on from this. So we got a verse. We got our verse, and then we got our hook. Now let's cut that one down in a mix, so it's not so prominent in the song, but it's gonna be there. Let's do something. Let's bring the sample back up a little bit with the envelope. Alright, so what I want to do is in that pattern at the end, I want to bring that sample back in one more time. If y'all notice that when I am in the record mode, the sample is higher. But then when I record it in the way that I want it, like the sounds that I have it, once I put it in place, when you play it, then it's not as loud as when you're in record mode. Because I'm assuming that you can record over what you already did. So let's say, for instance, in this particular pattern, I brought the sample down really low, right? And you heard it like coming in really low like this. And let's say I want to come back in again and I want to layer that same sample on top of it. I could actually come in and bring the volume up on the sample and, do some other manipulations to the sample and then record that on top of what we already did. So you can keep manipulating the sample over and over and over again and keep recording it into your project, which is very dope about the S2400. Now, I've been watching a lot of videos on the TR1000. Again, I know if Dayson is still here, I mentioned it in the beginning of the video that in the group chat we were talking about Jermaine Dupri and his video about the TR1000. And again, I've been going over and over in my brain about whether I'm going to get it, whether I'm not going to get it. But I just want to see exactly like when it first came out, specifically, I wanted to see how many hip hop producers were using the TR1000. And like I said, there's only the person that shall not be named. There's another gentleman on YouTube. Once I figure out his name, I will come back and quote his channel. He's really dope with the TR1000. And then Jermaine Dupri just opened up his. But what gave me the idea, and that's why I say thank you to Jermaine Dupri, is that he was talking about going back to the old school, to the 80s, and recreating some of the drum patterns and stuff and sounds from the 80s. And I was like, that ain't for me, but I think it'll be a good idea to go back and find an old sample from, some of my favorite songs and kind of just see what I can do with it, just to remix it. And so that's where I came up with this, the Dream sample. One of my favorite songs. And the thing I like about Dream too is Dream didn't have the look of an R&B singer. He didn't have the sound per se of an R&B singer. He was just him. And by him being a great writer, not just a great writer, just a genius level writer, and then him being able to come in and articulate and sing exactly what he's trying to say in the song, it just made him dope and really appealed to me, because I'm like, okay, if this dude can go out here and just sing what he wants to sing and it sound good, who cares about what you look like if you're an artist? If you're an artist, you're an artist. If you're a writer, you're a writer. And that's what appealed to me with the Dream. And then he was just, ATL. Then he had this, the swag about him, about ATL. And, he had the girls and the funds. He had the money. And he was just doing his thing. So that's one thing I liked about the Dream. He just was himself. He didn't go out there and try to be flashy. He just came in, did his thing, and whatever he did was what he did. And he back into the shadows again. But that album, his first album was an incredible album. His second album was an incredible album. The Nicki song, Nicki Part 2, I love those songs. Matter of fact, probably once I get off stream, probably gonna go listen to that whole album again. It used to burn up my CD players. But yeah, shout out to Jermaine Dupri, dope producer. Some things ain't for everybody, and some of the stuff that, the 909 and the 808 sound, ain't the sound that's for me. So that's that. But he did give me an idea. And so I appreciate everybody that pushed into that idea of music making. So here I am making music on the S2400. Now again, I hadn't found a machine that's ranking out there that's gonna beat the S2400. You can do everything in it. You can bring your sounds from other machines into the S2400. When the Caladan come, you're gonna be able to have a synth machine that is a brother or a sister to the S2400 that attaches to the S2400, and now you're able to bring in those specific synths into the S2400 and play them along together so that you can mesh them together. And the Caladan is going to bring your what you're looking at on the screen. So if they're able to bring what's happening with the S2400 on the screen as well, like I love this box, this 3x3 box right here where you can see everything. It's perfect. You can see everything. Like from where I'm sitting right here, I can read every single detail from here. I don't have to be like this. I don't have to like look and figure out where I'm at. Like I can see it from here. That is awesome. But when they bring that to the screen, that's going to be something incredible. And then the Caladan, when you're able to bring your specific settings down to each notch, you know, just like on the Astrolab, like you got the resonance and the delay and all that stuff, you can sound design on the Caladan. So once he gets that Caladan rocking and rolling and out, this changes the game. This S2400 is already a piece of equipment that's going to sit in the library in a museum somewhere. And if I'm correct, in which I'm sure I am, if the Caladan comes in and adds an assistance to the S2400, out of here. Already, there's nothing smoking this. I don't think the TR-1000 at this moment is smoking this. I don't think that it is. But it is a good piece of equipment. I like the sounds in it. You're able to sample. You're able to add it to the step sequencer. I believe the S2400 has a step sequencer in it. I don't use it, but I believe that it has a step sequencer in it. I think I've seen it before that when it first came out that they used it as a step sequencer. Yeah, there's a step sequencer in the S2400. And again, I gotta find the live recording mode in the looper, because once we figure out the looper where it is on the new program, then that's going to be another thing. Because when I first got it, and I won't be long-winded. How many minutes we got? We got 2 more minutes. When we first got the S2400, I was able to plug in my plugins from my computer and run it by USB audio into my S2400. And what I'd do is I'd find the samples in the plugin and I'd play them on the S2400 on a pad. And then, like y'all saw, when I grabbed this sound off of the Astrolab, it only like recorded like a millisecond of the sound. And then what I did, I took that sound and then I pitched it. So now, imagine you can have any sound that you can find. You can put it in the S2400, pitch it up and down, modify it, move the envelopes, chop it, do whatever you want to. And y'all saw too, I want to show you also. Now this is a sample. This is the greatest thing that I love about the S2400. Like, this is a sample that I brought in off of my SD card, and it's a full song, right? And so what I love about the S2400 is that you can take that sample, right? I go to multi-mode and I go to loop slice, and now it just slice that sample into 8 pieces of the sample all the way across, like perfect samples. All right, and then on top of that, you can go in and manipulate your sample, just like if you're in the MPC. You can go in and move your sample start and end points, and you can manipulate the sample. But the thing I like about it is that the S2400 has an algorithm in it that when it puts it across those 8 pads, those 8, let me show you what I'm talking about. And I moved some of the samples. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to grab another sample and I'm put it across 8 and show you what I'm talking about. How perfect that you can just play the samples and play it across your drums, and it comes out perfect every time. But let me show you. I didn't go in and I did go in and move these last 3 samples. I did move those sample points inside of the sample, but as you can see, those first five samples I didn't touch. Like the S2400 put them in the transient that it wanted to in those 8 pieces. But as you can see, if I tell you what, let me see something real quick. Like, let me take the sample out. Let me mute the sample of the dream. All right. So now I'm gonna have my drums. Let me show you something. Now what I'm gonna do is now I can't do it because it's I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's mute that. Let's copy B, put it on copy 5 to 7. All right, so I just copied my sample to 7. Now, what I'm gonna do is now whenever I play it, that part of the sample that was in the beat is gonna be gone. But anyway, it pretty much chopped the phrasing in perfect space. And so all you'd have to do is, like, let's say for instance this first sample on this pad was kind of off. Like if I wanted to go in and manipulate it, I just hit the B button. Now I can look at my sample and I can move it around. Now I'll play it. But anyway, just it's retarded what you can do with this freaking thing. So yeah. So now let me delete this off. So we have deleted it, and now it should not have messed with my pattern. Alright, so now let me do my intro and then I'll be done. I'll be done with it once I do the intro. Alright, so let's do the intro. Let's copy this pattern. Alright, so now pattern 3 is going to be exact duplicate of number 1. But in number 1, in this intro, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete out I'm gonna delete out my. Let's mute some stuff and see what it sounds like by when we mute some stuff. Yeah, I like that. So now I will delete everything that's muted. So erase that one, erase that one, erase that one. And now I can unmute them because they ain't gonna play. And now what we just muted and played, now it's gonna be on pattern 3. Now maybe in the hook I can take the 808. Maybe I can take the 808 out in the hook, and then maybe it won't be. Maybe it can change the hook up a little bit. So let's see. Let's go back to A. All right. So let's mute those two and see what it sounds like. So what I'll do is in the hook, I'll delete those 3 out. So that one, and that one. We'll delete it out, unmute it. And now in the hook, awesome. Now let's go ahead and make our song. So we got pattern 3 is going to be our intro. So shift F2, throw it to the song. And then number 1 is going to be our verse 2 times. And then our hook is going to go 1 time. Then we're going to go back to our verse on pattern 1. We're going to put it in there 2 times. Our hook 1 time. And I'll add our hook 1 more time just to extend the hook out a little bit. So now our song is built. And it says that I have 2 mutes on, which I have that muted, and I have, what else do I got muted? Oh, and F. Okay, cool. F don't got nothing on it. That's a freaking MIDI anyway. All right, so go back to song, and let's go back to F because it still says 2 is muted on F. Oh, probably because it recorded those muted on the song. Okay, that's fine. Don't do anything. So now, if I play my song, it's going to go in order. It's going to go intro, verse, hook, and ends the song. So what's up, Mike P9862? He says the S2400 is the most fun machine I have. Listen, don't take my word for it. Every time I have a stream or a video, somebody comes in and tells you, hey, I'm loving the S2400. What I do on it is great. It's fun. It's awesome. So I ain't just blowing smoke in y'all ass just to tell you, oh, I like it because I bought this machine when it was in its infancy, when they were talking about it that they were going to create it. Like It was just an idea, and I never used the SP1200 in my entire life. So when I saw it and I was like, wait a minute, it can do what? You're thinking about making it do what? It was just a no-brainer. But anyway, I love it. So now here's the finished song, and I will be out of here. And that's it. That's the song. And so the great thing that I love about the S2400, I know this is not an S2400 selling video, but the next thing that I like about it is now that I have all that in song mode, let me save the project really quick. Like, save the project as, we're going to name it as, I thought I already saved it. Oh no, I saved the sample. Okay, so we're going to call this false 25. All right. Now we have saved it. Come on, buddy. Come on. There you go. Thank you, sir. Now we're going to bounce the song. So we're going to save it to our folder on the SD card. The name of it is going to be what I just said, false. And you can also plug in a keyboard to it and type in all your letters and stuff instead of clicking through. But I like this the scroll wheel. It is the fastest scroll wheel that I've used on a machine. I'm gonna cut it down because it's gonna play the song all the way through. And now it's exporting the song out to my SD card. And the great thing about it too is that you can export this to your DAW and record it into your DAW. You got 8 outs, you can send 8 outs, or you got USB audio, you can send USB audio out. So let's see what we got in the chat. So Mike P9862 said, beat turned out super dope, thank you. Sounds amazing sonically as well. I appreciate it. I need those wooden side panels. Hope Isla sells them again. What is my man name that made the freaking panels? There's a dude that make the freaking panels. You can buy them straight up from him instead of going through Isla, because I don't think Isla is going to sell the panels. You have to go through the guy. Let me see what his name is. He makes He makes a lot of wooden stuff for a lot of machines. I can't think of his name. Curry, I think Curry Cases is his name. I think it's Curry Cases that make the wooden panels. Yeah, it's Curry Cases. Curry Cases makes the wooden panels. But if you go to if you don't want to use Curry Cases, there's a couple of sellers on Etsy that sells the wooden panels as well. I actually still got the silver panels, but I couldn't run past the wooden panels when those came out. And the next thing that I need is the white casing for the S2400. So when I get off this stream, I'm gonna go look for the white case for the S2400. I missed out on the white case because I didn't want to send my S2400 in and let Island Instruments put the white case on it. I just didn't want to mail it. I was scared. I was scared to put it in the mail. I love this thing. I was like, this thing is never leaving my studio, and I missed out on the white case. But if the white case is easy to put on, as easy to put on like when we installed the DSP card, like you had to take the case off, and then yeah, if the buttons come off and everything just lifts up, and then you replace the white case, I think that I can do it. I think that if I was able to put the DSP card in, I think that I will be able to put the white case on top of the S2400. Now the only thing that probably, yeah, it got 4 screws across the top, and then you got the ins and outs, the 8 ins and outs on the back, and then your ends, and then your the rest of your things. I think they screw off. So but anyway, thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. I hope that you can get those wooden sides. And another thing I'll tell you, in case Curry Cases does not make the sides anymore, look around on eBay, look around on Reverb, and see if anybody is selling their wood sides for the S2400 separately from the S2400. Because I'm sure that there was, I know that there was a time where people bought multiple of them, and so if you may run into a luck that somebody is going to sell those sides from their old machine cheaper than you might be able to buy them from Curry Cases. But Curry Cases is dope. He does a great job with these. I like it. It's a premium product, so if you are wanting a premium product, then you should pay premium prices for a premium product, is what I'm trying to say. And so again, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. And beatsbylonze.com. That's all I'm shouting forever and ever and ever. beatsbylonze.com. If you want to find anything out about me, go to beatsbylonze.com. If you want to buy beats, go to beatsbylonze.com. You want to buy some merch, go to beatsbylonze.com. If you want to listen to podcasts, go to beatsbylonze.com. The last podcast we had Mr. Dayson Civil from Sun Civil Media on our podcast. A very great podcast we had, and he's a dope guest. So please check him out. That is the Grind 329 podcast. It's available on all streaming platforms, whether you got Spotify or whether you got Apple, it's out there. And you can also go to beatsbylonze.com and listen in to the podcast from beatsbylonze.com. So thank you. We'll talk to you later. Peace out.